Welcome to the very first episode of the Field Trip. My name is T.
And I'm Don with Temblor Brewing Company.
So if you're not familiar with the Field Trip, this gives us an opportunity to sit down with owners and brewers and showcase their story, not necessarily the story of their beer. So Don is the owner here.
That's right.
And I'm going to tell his story through a series of questions. We're going to start with question number one. Don, Temblor. That's a strange name. Talk to me about that.
Sure. Temblor is Spanish for earthquake, but it is also the name of the mountains on the west side of Bakersfield, called the Temblor Range. It is a shorter set of mountains that's known for its wildflowers, and then also runs the San Andreas Fault behind it. We like the earthquake theme. Bakersfield has an earthquake past, 1952, the big one hit, and did a bunch of damage to a bunch of our buildings, including one of the old large breweries, which we salvaged some bricks from here in our brew pub.
Nice.
Also, I almost forgot. After we opened, we found out that Bakersfield was once underwater, and about 1.5 million years ago, apparently there was a sea called the Temblor Sea, and it was full of all kinds of prehistoric animals, including megalodons.
So, at some point, you could be here in Bakersfield, California, and you could be digging, and you might find some megalodon bones.
That's right. There's a hill specifically called Sharktooth Hill to the east of Temblor.
That's so awesome. We're going to roll straight into question two, which is really the heart of the Field Trip, right? Don, what are we drinking?
So today we're gonna talk about and taste our Under a Blood Orange Sky Belgian Wit, which is a traditional Belgian wit made with blood orange juice. It was named for a U2 album back in 2015, and it's a sessionable 5.5% traditional Belgian beer that we discovered on our trip to Belgium, which I'll talk about in a little while.
I like that idea. Guys, we're going to go ahead and crack the top on this extremely crushable beer. We'll be drinking it. We'll talk some more. We'll be right back. Don, so we went ahead and poured this, I can tell you, absolutely beautiful looking beer. You said this is a 5.5% Belgian orange wit, rather infused beer.
That's right. It's made with 50% wheat malt and 50% barley malt, and it's traditional Belgian wit yeast, and you can get a little essence of the blood orange juice in there.
It's got a very beautiful carbonation going on. You can see with the head, I think we got like 1.5 fingers of head going on here. The color is just about right for what I suspect. The aromatics coming off this thing is amazing. So I'm getting a lot of that citrus, but not like a hazy, like overbearing. It's like a very soft touch, and the taste is fantastic.
Yeah, and a lot of the aroma you're getting is actually from the Belgian yeast. Gives some spice notes. And some other fruity ester notes. So
absolutely fantastic. So this is probably one of your favorite beers here at the brewery. Let me ask you this, Dom. What is your favorite beer? Not one of yours.
Right. For me, it all started with a beer called Triple Carmelite, which is a Belgian triple made with, I believe it's made with orange peel. And it is traditionally made in Belgium, bottle conditioned in large 750s. Green 750s if you look for it at Bevmo, also in smaller bottles. But yeah, about 11 years ago now, I tried my first Triple Carmelite, and I thought to myself, this doesn't taste like beer to me. It was foreign, but it was amazing, and so that's what started my journey.
Nice. I'm going to ask you the next question real quick. Where do you see the brewery? What's the future of Temblor Brewery?
So Temblor's goal from the beginning has been to be a regional brewery that would attract people to our location, long term. It's a very long term business play. We have a large facility where we do big events. We do comedy shows. We do concerts. We have a large brew pub that holds about 200 people. And the idea was to bring the community together, in one spot, but also to, create a collection of wonderful craft beers that are traditionally inspired. Then also to be able to do wild things like kettle sours and super hopped IPAs. So
There's going to be a picture montage at the end of this episode where you can see some of the things that are actually happening here within the Temblor Brewery. I've got to be honest with you. I mean, the tasting room is fantastic. All the project space that's happening in here, it's not just like they're in here mass brewing. They've got several spaces dedicated to creating new beer, like new exciting things that nobody's ever done before, and I think that's completely awesome. So the last question I have for you is simple. What is it you want to talk about? What is it you want to share with them?
So we have a tagline here, that, a hashtag, if you will, entertain your craft. And, we talked about what our slogan was going to be for a long time. And we're really proud of the entertain your craft slogan. And the reason is it kind of brings to light what allowed Temblor to exist in the first place. And that is, you take your passion in life and, you'll never work a day in your life, essentially.
That's what my dad told me too. Some story about a fish in fishing also, but keep going.
Yeah, so I'm also a musician, and so are some of my partners, and we were in love with homebrewing craft beer after a trip to Belgium, and we kind of fell in love with the original craft beer in Belgium and Germany, and then wanted to come back here and create some of our own. But having a place where we can bring other people's art forms and talents and passions into one place is a lot of fun and just very fulfilling. We have local artwork here. We have regular concerts. We have open mic comedy. We have comedy shows from big names down in Los Angeles, and it's just kind of a place where everyone can bring their passion together, which is really fun. And honestly, I pinch myself to this day. It's just amazing that that we're fortunate enough to be able to participate in such an amazing business.
Don, I want to start with saying thank you for allowing me to bring my art form to your platform, because this is my art form.
That's right.
What you're on right now. So
that's right.
I totally bite off on the Temblor story. I love your story about how you got into brewing. Guys, if you've never been to Temblor Brewing, it's off Buck Owens. You've definitely got to stop by it for anything, for this and any other creation that they make, because your beer is actually super phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
I see a lot of growth in your future, absolutely.
Thank you so much, and thank you guys so much for having me and putting this together and doing what you do, bringing your passion to the table.
Guys, this was The Field Trip. I am T.
I'm Don.
We'll catch you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.